This is a very tight-fitting sweater. I don't think that sweaters should be that tight. I mean, this gentleman here can definitely wear a sweater that tight, but I just don't think that sweater, it looks like he's wearing his little brother's sweater. Hello, 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 and welcome to the Wool Needles Hands podcast. My name is Taylor, and I will be your host. Today, we are playing Ravelry Roulette. Y'all have asked for it. It's been a while since we've done this, and I'm kind of doing this as like a little bit of a piggyback off the last episode where we talked about common sweater yoke constructions and all of that. And we are going to base our Ravelry Roulette game off of those sweater constructions. So what you're going to see in this video today is kind of a random smattering of patterns on Ravelry, but that's going to be based off of some search criteria, primarily the 6 common types of sweaters that we talked about. And yes, I framed these shamelessly because I want to figure out some little gallery collage deal in my office somewhere. So we're going to talk about drop shoulders, or we're going to narrow our search down by drop shoulders. Circular yoke. If you watched the last video, you're familiar. Set in sleeve. Raglan. Saddle. And dolman or batwing. So those are going to be the sweaters that we narrow the search down by. In terms of the sweater construction, my lord, it is hot. I'm getting hot. I've got something cold to drink here. So that means we're going to do 6 search results here. Now, if you've never played Ravelry Roulette before, or if you've never watched me do a little Ravelry Roulette, everything is very random here, but it's a great place to learn how to customize your Ravelry pattern search so you're not just a slave to whatever results they feed you based on a word that you type into the search box. So stick around if you want to know more about how to really filter out your Ravelry search results. Okay, I'm ready. Let's dive in. What you see in front of you right now is the Ravelry search patterns page. I don't start from here. I actually never start from here unless I know exactly what pattern I'm looking for. So we're going to go to advanced search. That's where all of our Ravelry roulettes start from. This is automatically going to populate with either hot right now. If you go over here to sort by, it's either going to sort by hot right now, which are the patterns that are trending, the most popular, or it's going to sort by best match. Mine typically always sorts by best match, and I like that. For the sake of this video, I want to make the thumbnails large, so it's a little easier to see them. Now, I'm not going to type anything into the search box today. We are going to just narrow this down using the filters off to the side over here, because honestly, unless you know the name of your pattern, that's the best way to find what you're looking for, okay? And I know I said we're going to do 6. We're going to see what comes up here. Okay, we're just going to have fun with this. We're going to go where it takes us. I also have over here a random number generator. And that's going to help me narrow down, or at least randomly choose the pattern that we're going to dive into. I can't guarantee these patterns are going to be available. I can't guarantee that they're going to be free. I can't guarantee anything about the patterns that we find because this is all random. So if you don't like something that comes up or something that I click on, I mean, I really honestly, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so we're going to get started, and we're going to start with whatever I have up here on top, and that is the dolman or the batwing sweater. Okay, so the way that I'm going to narrow this down, you know what we should do? Okay, I'm going to start by going over here. We're over here. I'm going to say jump to filter, and I want to jump to category because we are talking about clothing today. We are talking about sweaters. We'll do all sweaters. Okay, now I'm going to go back up. We're going to jump to the next category. This category is going to be design elements. Did I just miss that? Design elements, or what am I? Attributes? Yes, attributes. Okay, we're going to attributes. And that's going to be, this is the dolman or batwing. So if you wanted to narrow things down by sleeve construction, you might think, oh, I go to construction. Well, you would be wrong because it's not going to be in the construction section, which can throw a lot of people off. And I think that that is a mistake. Okay, I think that the type of sleeve that is being used in a garment is part of the construction, and to ease up the search, Ravelry needs to be putting that in construction, but they don't. They put it over here in design elements, which I also get, but I feel like it needs to be in both places. We're referring to the sleeve here, and it is a dolman sleeve. There is no option for batwing, so dolman will have to do. Now, listen, this is a feminine silhouette of a sweater, so this sweater is going to yield, I mean, most things that you search for in Ravelry is going to yield you mostly feminine search results, sweaters designed for women, right? So we just have to kind of understand that. And I'm going to do my best to see, let's see if we can't find some, you know, more masculine examples of these sweaters. But for right now, that's where I'm going to leave it. So we have a dolman sleeve sweater, and that is going to give us 2006. Oh, look at Nora looking amazing in this. This is one of them that I put in the bundle from the last video. This is Nora Gaughan's Dolomite. It's gorgeous. Nora, if you're watching, you're fabulous. Okay, so we have 2,679 matches. We are not going to randomize from 1 to 2,679. We're going to start by randomizing from 1 to 56 to tell us which page to land on. 1 to 56, generate, that's page 8. So we are going to go to page 8. Now this page has, I believe they all, wow, okay. I believe everything has 48 results. Let's just double check. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yeah, everything has 48 results on each page. So we're going to do 1 through 48. I feel like we're going like a blast from the past here. 23, 5, 10, 15, 20. Whoa, daddy. Okay, 11, 12, jumper with reindeer pattern. This is a drops design. They give you one. Honestly, this is not a dolman sleeve sweater. Hold on. Let's look down here. Do you see all these little blue bubbles? This is going to give you the category, like all the different little attributes that pop up for this. We're getting dolman sleeve and drop sleeve, and that is actually kind of, so technically they're not the same thing, but they wear in a similar way. So if you watch that last video, in order to like show an example of a dolman sleeve, the only thing I own that could even remotely come close to that is a really exaggerated, oversized drop shoulder. And when I hold my arms up, it's like very deep arm size. So it kind of wears like a dolman sleeve. So that's why this is being put in that category. This is the only picture I have, but I mean, I would not consider this a dolman sleeve in the sense of like a batwing sweater, but I'm actually really loving this sweater. Are there any projects? No, nothing really to write home about. Okay, let's keep going. I want to see more. I'm gonna actually save this in my favorites for Ravelry Roulette. My microphone is in the way of my hands, so sorry, random name for this bundle. Okay, let's go back to, I'm the queen of the back button because I always forget to open things in a new tab. All right, so we have 56 pages. We're gonna do this again. 56, 25. We're going to page 25 this time. 48 results per page. I'm moving my computer a bit. Generate. 13, 5, 10, 13. Now, okay. Now we're talking classic batwing dolman sleeve sweater. This is a pattern that is available for purchase. I was a little nervous because this looks like the cover of a magazine or a pattern zine, but there's a website link. Let's go to it. Page is not found. Fantastic. So there's really no, where do I, why I oughta, if I buy it now, what happens? Okay, if I buy it now, what happens? Okay, so you can pay and then you get the pattern. So it is available at $6. But this, if you look at this here, this is a classic, adorable dolman sleeve sweater. I would wear the hell out of that sweater. It's so cute, and I love it with a white shirt underneath it. It has, from what I can see here, a rolled neckline, but it's almost like this boat neck look, boat neck look. I don't know what I'm saying. And it's really cute. It looks like it's seamed because we have this big seam that runs down the side of the sleeve here. A lot of dolmans are knit kind of in one big panel in the front and one big panel at the back and then sandwiched together. That might be what's happening here. I don't know. We can go look a little further. But that's really adorable. It uses anywhere from 2,296 yards to 2,788 yards. Shoot. And it's made to fit busts 31 and a half inches to 47 and a half inches, and that is not a big range of sizes. 47 and a half inches, I mean, that's a pretty limited size because at like my size, 34 to 34 and a half. Wow. Okay, well, pretty limited. It says two colors blend in a striping sequence to create a depth of color. That's not right. There's no sleeves are worked in a piece with the body. I'm not happy with this Ravelry page. It says stripes, color work, scoop neck, written pattern, worked flat. Dolman sleeve is correct. I see no stripes here. Is that? Oh, wait. Oh, there are stripes. Really subtle purple stripes. Okay, that's not a scoop neck though. They need to work on the pattern page, but it is a really cute dolman sleeve sweater. I really like that. Okay, moving on. Did I open that in a new tab? No, I didn't. All right, let's do one more dolman sleeve because I'm kind of having fun with that now. 56 pages. 41. We're going to page 41. All right, and then we're going to do 1 through 48. The deeper you go in the search results, the further back in time, like literal, like in the past, the patterns go. Like you get, like that's when you start diving into like the 80s. All right, number 3. Here we are, number 3. This is really cute. Huh, that's really cute. Okay, this is number 3. Um, okay, I think this is written in Czech. It is not available to download, so I'm just going to do this again, picking another random number. 24, 5, 10, 15, 20. I know I said that I might pick things that aren't available, but I don't want to take the time to talk about it if you can't access it if you're interested. 5, 10, 15, 20. What was it? 24. 1, 2, 3. Another fantastic example based on what I can see. It is available. This is Pull Gabriel by Delphine Bizard. Huh. Yeah. Okay. So this is a batwing dolman sleeve sweater. Classic example of that. Look at this real deep armhole here. It kind of has that like batwing look. I'm loving the little eyelets on this. That is fabulous. I love it. Oh, and how cool. Oh, so in her example, the little eyelets only go across right here, and then there's no eyelets over there, but you can tell she has them equally. I think that might have just been an illustration thing. This is really cute. So it uses a sport and a lace held together, which they're deeming a sport weight, anywhere from 1,094 to 1,203 yards. There's only one size available, which is a medium. Oh, and the pattern is only available in French. Now, listen, I will tell you that there's a lot of like resources out there for translating patterns. If you know somebody or you know a person who works, it's like a business where they translate the pattern and you would like to support them, then have them translate patterns for you because there are people that are offering that service. However, there are ways that you can go about doing that using AI or various different things, but you have to be careful. You want to make sure that everything is correct. So you might want to have somebody check it for you, but don't let that get in your way. If you love a pattern, you see it's only available in one language and the price is reasonable to take a risk and see if you can get it translated, do it because it might be really a great pattern for you. I'm going to go ahead and translate this though, which I can do by right-clicking on it. It says the Gabriel sweater has batwing sleeves. It is knitted in one piece. The stitches are picked up for the cuffs and the neckline edge to create the ribbed edges. It is suitable for beginner knitters if the open work pattern is a bit daunting. Simply knit in stockinette stitch. The sweater is not too long and will look lovely with a skirt or high-waisted pants or jeans. Happy knitting, everyone. Thank you. Honestly, I think it's adorable. I really do. I think it's quite fabulous. I'm going to add that to my little bundle. What is this bundle I created with question marks? I don't even know. I don't like it when so many issues. So many issues. Okay, there we go. Oh, I should have just put this in the other Ravelry Roulette. Whatever. Moving on. Let's go back. We are now moving on to the saddle shoulder. Now listen up, ladies. You can knit a man's saddle shoulder sweater. So I'm actually going to try and narrow this down. I want to see what we have out there for the gentleman. Okay. Because a saddle shoulder is a very classic menswear garment, a saddle shoulder sweater or shirt or any kind of top. And we're gonna just go with that. All right, let's go back over here. Filters. We're gonna go back to attributes, design elements. We no longer want dolman. We want saddle shoulder. And not only that, we are gonna go down. I could have just done that thing where I jump. Let's go ahead and click knitting here because we really want to make sure we. Okay, gender. We are going to go over here and we're gonna click. I'm going to click male for a second, but what I'm actually going to do is go to this advanced setting right here. Do you see where I'm at? And we are going to do not female, not female. But look at all this, not female. And then also, what if I click not unisex? That didn't work. Not female. It's because everybody is just putting unisex on everything. Like sweaters that are very clearly designed for a feminine form are being labeled as unisex because, yes, of course, anyone can knit it and anyone can wear it, but it does make it really difficult for a man looking for a masculine sweater to try to narrow things down and taking out the female element of that. It just, okay. I'm sorry. It's just like kind of frustrating in terms of trying to seek out something that works for a man, both in style and fit. So we're gonna try this again. We're gonna go to male, and we're gonna just leave it like that. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we are searching a what is it? Saddle shoulder, and we're trying to narrow this down for men. Okay, now we have 262 results that way. Now, sure, I could go down here and I can tap. You can tell this is like a soapbox of mine. Okay, so I could go back to the gender thing and I could do unisex. I could include unisex if I do this. However, if I do that, it limits things down so much. Um, it just is way limiting. Like, look, we went to 61 matches. Whereas if I unclick unisex and I just make it male, I now have 262 matches. It is absolutely worth your time. If you are a serious knitter of garments and you like to knit from other people's patterns and you want to find things that work for you, playing with the filter options on Ravelry is essential. You need to go over there and just start dabbling. That's how you're going to find and unearth your perfect sweater. Okay, enough of that. We have how many pages? 6. One. I feel like what we should do. No, we're just going to do 1 through 6, page 1, and then 1 through 48, because there's 48 results on each page. 7. Okay, we have 5, 6, 7. Denali. Okay, so Denali by Brooklyn Tweed is a saddle shoulder sweater. Let's take a look. Yep, you can see the saddles on the shoulder right here. This one looks it's very cool. Yeah, saddle shoulder looks so nice. I really kind of feel like it's just a great garment for a man's stacked broad shoulders. It's the build is just it's perfect. It's a perfect, what is it? Like canvas for this sweater. That doesn't make sense. I just think it looks fantastic on a man's broad shoulders. Not even that they're broad shoulders, it's just that men have much more squared off shoulders than women generally speaking, and I think it looks fantastic. So clean. And honestly, if you want to knit something where, look at this. See, that's the saddle right here. It's a saddle because it's one flat panel that runs over the top and it's like a waterfall that goes over the top and down your arm. Okay, that's the saddle there. This is by Brooklyn Tweed. This is, oh, I didn't even look at the designer. This is by Nora Gunn. Of course, this is fabulous. But I love Nora. This is going to have such great construction and tailoring built into the design, especially now that we know it's Nora's. But just look at this. How grand. It's really beautiful. It says, trailblazing good looks. A field of bone and braid cables distinguishes this modern Aran pullover in shelter. Intentionally unmirrored, the cables broadcast a sense of syncopation. The design features thoughtful shaping through the hybrid shoulders and pleasing transitions in fabric. From busy cables to calm stockinette to twisted rib edgings, worked flat and seamed, Denali offers just the right blend of action and mellow knitting for an adventurous intermediate. Yes, adventurous intermediate indeed, because these seam sweaters, especially ones that have cables and lots of things going on, you really got to get your sizing down, not of the overall garment necessarily, but of all the individual pieces, because you're going to have to put that together to make something that fits you. Now, this is knit in Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, which I don't know if you can get your hands on any of that anymore, probably through D-stashes, but they did stop selling yarn. They're just now doing patterns, so something to consider. Loving this. I am going to pop this into construction style and the Ravelry Roulette video, which apparently I have 2 bundles. I got to get that sorted. Okay, back. Next. 1 through 6. 6. We're going all the way to page 6. See, I told you. And then I don't even know if we have 48. No, we're just going to do 1 through 5 because we only have 5 with photos, which I can actually narrow that down. 2. Right here. 6081 Sweaters by King Cole Limited. This pattern provides instructions for 2 styles of sweaters knitted in King Cole Camouflage DK yarn. It does show that it is a saddle shoulder, which you can see that right here. There's the saddle right there. Loving that. I like the little V-neck. Kind of a cool, how cute. This popped collar. Little kids wearing popped collars. I don't know how I feel about that. But he's quite, quite cute. This looks really nice. It just looks really nice. This looks like a pretty simple pattern. Is it knit in pieces? Worked flat and seamed. It is, you're going to find more saddle shoulder sweaters that are worked fat. They're worked flat and seamed than you are going to find contiguously knit or seamless ones. However, more of these contiguously knit saddle shoulder sweaters are becoming they're becoming more prevalent. Okay, let's do. I'm sorry, I want to look at this. This guy. This guy. Look at, she's like, this guy. That's what she's thinking. Okay, we're out of here. All right, let's go back. We're going to do 1 through 6, 5, page 5, 1 through 48. "26, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. Well, hello. This is hooded. Okay, this is pretty. This is by Clara Lana. So this is a very tight-fitting sweater. I don't think that sweaters should be that tight. I mean, this gentleman here can definitely wear a sweater that tight, but I just don't think that sweater, it looks like he's wearing his little brother's sweater. But the sweater is beautiful. What a gorgeous hood. Okay, so we know that this is saddle. You can see the cable panel running down along the side of his shoulders. It might be easier to see that here. This cable panel running here. Look, this is how you know this is too tight. Like, it just shouldn't. No. God, what a gorgeous sweater. He's wearing his wife's sweater. That's what this looks like. It's really beautiful, and that hood is fantastic, and you can't really see it. Let's see if there's any projects with this. I just want to see that hood in more detail. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, I love it. Very cool. Yeah, so we have a saddle shoulder here. It's available on this website for €5.90, and it's only available in German. This is going to be one of those that you have to translate. But I'm going to go ahead and pop it into our construction styles and the Raglan video. I'm not the rag, sorry, the Ravelry Roulette video. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's go to the Raglan, okay? Because I love a good Raglan. So we're gonna head over to Raglan territory. And because somebody in the comments section was asking about men's Raglans, let's do a couple of these for men while we're at it. Because, and part of the reason why I feel like that's completely acceptable is a lot of these sweaters, you can knit them for yourself if you're a woman, and they're still amazing. Like that blue hooded one. Hello. Okay, so we're going to go to Design Elements. Now, believe it or not, Raglan is not included in sleeve shaping. It is actually included in construction. It might even be included in neckline also. No, it's not. Okay, that makes sense. So we go to construction and we go down to, oh goodness, it's not here either. Where did I see? Where did I see it? We gotta get saddle shoulder off of here. Oh no, I'm sorry. I take that back. Yes, it is in sleeve. Raglan. It's right above saddle shoulder. Apologize. Okay, we're gonna keep it, other than that, we're gonna keep it set to male, and we're gonna see what we have here for Raglan sweaters for men. Because again, we women, we can also knit them. Make some, and that's a great canvas for making modifications, adding bust darts, adding some short row shaping if we need it. So it's always there. But let's go ahead and do this one for men as well. We have 1,335 matches with 28 pages. Oh, I think I did it twice, but we're going to go to 23, page 23. Okay, 48 results. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing right now because I'm a sucker for a good Raglan sweater. 18, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Men's Aran sweater, vintage pattern here. This is not available readily. We can go ahead and take a quick look at the picture. These guys are having a fun, but I'm going to go back because it's not available. And maybe I should narrow that down. If I go up here to availability, I want to make sure that it's either there, here, here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Better. Now wow. Okay, now we have 688 matches and 15 pages. Once I narrowed that down by availability. Page 6. Okay, and then we're going to do 1 through 48. 37. 20, 25, 30, 35, 37. Oh, this is a free pattern. A free pattern. This is called 7013 Man's Pullover, again with those creative names. This is a Raglan. You can't really see a lot of what's going on here. I think this is a kind of a crummy example to go with, guys, with all the amazing photography that we have for sweaters generally. I'm not loving that. Can we do another one, please? 14, 5, 10. Okay, what do we have here? Liam's cable jumper. Is this for children? Yeah, I'm trying to do this for adults. I'm gonna go narrow the search down again for age, and I really want to just stick to adults for today. I'm sorry. Okay, that really brought our results down to 462. Let's, you're just gonna have to bear with me, guys. Okay, page 10. Page 10. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 results that show pictures, which is another thing I can narrow down. 16 right here. Oh, Creston, adult. It's like an Aran sweater. Wow, that's beautiful. Not the greatest photography, but I will tell you, it's a gorgeous sweater. Look at this. There's some cables running down here along the raglan seam, and these all over cables going on. I really like this. Let's see what the back looks like. Yes, look at that. Do you see? Do you see that? The cables running down here along the raglan seam? Gorgeous. It says this is the adult version of Creston. Creston is a sweater pullover knitted from the bottom edge and up with a cabled all over pattern. The sweater has a raglan yoke construction with long sleeves and traditional rib edges. This pattern is made for a yarn with a gauge of 21 stitches per 10 centimeters. which is a textured pattern with the textured pattern. So it has small through triple XL, which is great size range for a male sweater, for any sweater. The pattern's written for a knitter who is able to follow written instructions as well as charts, work a simple cable pattern, make increases and decreases, pick up stitches, and work in the round. Now listen, this whenever you read something like this pattern is written for a knitter who can already do these things, you don't have to hold so true to that. It just what it should say is for a knitter who is able to or is willing to learn how to do these things. Okay, if you're willing to take the challenge to learn how to do these particular techniques via this project, then this is also the right project for you. You don't already have to know these things before you break into it. Okay, so that's the Creston adult sweater. I'm going to put that in construction styles and Ravelry. Okay. And now let's go back. What is this? It's only available in Norwegian, but it is available for free. And my lord. Sorry. That is a gorgeous color. Is that a herringbone stitch on either side of the raglan? What is that? What makes the raglan look like that? Is there any information here that says? When you purchase this pattern, you must also purchase at least 4 optional skeins of yarn. Okay, so this is through the Rauma. That's really a cute sweater. All right. Let's do a couple more. So pages 1 through 10, 7. We're going to go to page 7. And then we're going to do 48 results. 5. Here we go. Again, another with like the tight sweater. Like I look at this and I think this man is not comfortable and he's probably miserably hot. That it just looks very tight. I don't think your sweaters need to be that tight. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. If you like to wear your sweaters tight, then that's all that matters. Okay? I just don't feel like that looks comfortable. It looks like it's just pulling on, like if he tried to lift his shoulders, I don't know, to put a kid up on his shoulders or to shoot a basketball. Who's shooting a basketball in this sweater? Nobody. But it just looks very restrictive. It's a nice looking sweater design, but I really don't like the way that it fits around the shoulders. And then you can also tell here, this ridge that's being created between the stockinette and the ribbing, you see this ridge right here? It makes him look like he has a paunch, which he may or may not have. I don't know, but you definitely don't want a sweater that suggests that in any way, shape, or form. I just wouldn't think that you would want that. And that's because the sweater is pulling. Maybe there's not enough of a difference between the smaller needle and the body of the sweater needle. I don't know. I don't really love this one. I don't love this one. I'm sorry. There's some here that I just feel inclined to just click on because I think they look like this. That looks like fun. I want that sweater. I want that sweater in all of those colors. See, that's the way a sweater is supposed to fit a man, really, I think, in my opinion. These are my opinions, okay? We all know about opinions. That's really cool. I really like this one. Huh. That is Raglan. It's a $5 pattern offered in both a V and a round neckline. These Raglan sleeve sweaters in Crofter's DK feature ribbing and hem, cuffs, and neckline. The striped and stranded effects are due to the yarn's clever self-patterning, which I love. What is the yarn made of? 60% acrylic, 25% cotton, 15% wool. But I mean, it's a DK weight design. I just really love the look of that sweater, that V-neck. I think that would look fabulous on me. Sorry, I don't know. And I mean, it could be a unisex pattern for sure. That's really cool. It only is intended to fit a chest from 38 to 48, but it's a man's sweater. Size ranges in terms of chest are typically smaller. They just are. But I really absolutely love that. I'm popping that into construction styles as well. Okay, great. Looking good. Let's do one more.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Is it empty? Here, go take your money and put it in. Did you sell anything? Yeah, good for you. Huh? Don't worry about it, babe. Don't worry about it. Take your coins, okay? Thank you. Can I have the lid? Thank you, sweet pea. My son was having a little Pokemon card sale today, and I let him use my little biscuit tin for his money. I love this biscuit tin. I told him he needed to return it to me. Okay, so back at it. Oh, this search right here for Raglan sweaters is a really good one. And I will save this search. I'll put this whole search link down below in the description box because there's some really great ones here. And we need to keep moving because we have a few more of these. Let's do, we have set in sleeve, circular, and drop shoulder left. Let's pick up the pace, shall we? Let's go to set in sleeve. I'm done doing Raglan. We're moving on. You guys need to go do this on your own because it's really good fun. All right, so we're going to go to attributes, design elements, sleeve. We're going to take out Raglan. Sorry, sleeve. Take out Raglan, and we are going to put in set in sleeve. I'm going to take out the male gender thing. We're just going to take that off. Let's just see what we get. Okay. All right, we have 9,598 matches. Oh, how many pages is that? 200 pages. Page 108. 108. Okay, and then we are going to do 1 through 48. 29, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Here we go. Okay, we have Patten Pulley Meat Gelben Blenden. Okay, it says it's available in English and 4 other languages, and it is free. Free download only in German. Okay, but it's free, so it's worth checking to see if you could translate it. This is set in sleeve. Yep, you can see that set in sleeve happening here. This kind of has a gentle drop to it, so it's like a drop shoulder set in sleeve. I mean, I don't know if people just think that anything that has a sleeve that's sewn into the armhole is a set in sleeve, because this to me is just a very slight drop shoulder and not as much as a set in sleeve. I feel like a set in sleeve would come like here, like notch inward a little bit. Does it also? I don't know. It says it's a set in sleeve. I'm not getting a lot to look at here except for this picture. I mean, it looks lovely, but let's go back. Let's do another one. 1 through 200. 100. 100, and then we have 48 results. 9, page 9, or result 9, 5, 9. Oh, this looks lovely. This is Lillian by Sarah Hatton. This is a $5 pattern, and it looks lovely. Interesting photo, very like retro hair going on here. This is, in my opinion, a classic set in sleeve. Okay, so you can see here the arm or the sleeve cap, it comes to the very point of the shoulder. So right at the very end before it starts sloping down, that's where you have your seam for your sleeve. That is a set in sleeve because you're trying to get that squared off shape of the shoulder. It looks a little bit more dropped on this side. So maybe it's like an illusion and it is kind of dropped on her. I'm not really sure. Let's look at this picture here. No, that is a very traditional set in sleeve in my opinion. And what a cute little cardigan with this little ruching going on here. Wow, I love the photography. Huh, very cool. I like this. Looks like a what's that guy's name? The one who designs those houses that are, the architect. What's his name? I can't remember. But this is really cool. Okay, so classic set in sleeve. Loving this. It looks like it's knit in, yep, fingering weight yarn. It's available for sizes 32 to 50. It's a Rowan. Yeah, it's using Rowan. It's for Rowan. It says when you purchase the pattern, you'll receive 2 files, one in English and one in German. Knit this women's textured stitch cardigan from Rowan Finest, designed by Sarah Hatton, using the luxury yarn Rowan Finest. with V-neck, side panels of texture, peplum shaped bottom, and button front. This knitting pattern is for the intermediate knitter. Or again, somebody who's willing to learn how to do those things. But sometimes you do have to know going in that if you're like a very beginner knitter, that it's just going to be much more challenging. Okay, so that one's cool. I like that. We get a classic set-in sleeve. I'll go ahead and add this here and here. And we're back in business. Let's do some more. Pages 1 through 200. Generate 82. We're going to make this the last one of this style of sweater to keep things moving along here. And then 1 through 48. 38, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 38. Hathaway by Carol Feller for Brooklyn Tweed. Beautiful. Yes. Okay, so this one again drops over her shoulder slightly, but um it's ever so slight. You still get this good set in sleeve construction happening here. And honestly, it's the model too. So if her shoulders just have maybe a deeper shoulder slope, then perhaps it's, hanging off. I think this is really kind of nitpicky. Really, I could really nitpick this because I look at this and I do see a set in sleeve construction, but it does have a subtle drop. But drop shoulder sweaters have a very distinct exaggeration to them. It is a noticeable drop over the shoulder. Even if it's not dropping a lot, there is just this noticeable kind of angular portion of the armhole that kind of comes out. Whereas here you can see it is intended to be a more vertical armhole here. All of this is very nitpicky. This is a gorgeous sweater. Definitely seamed, I would think. No, seamless. Seamless. Ooh, beautiful. It's a $13 pattern. Rib garments are really nice to wear. The gentle stretch of the knit and pearl fabric allows the garment to shape easily to your body for a very flattering fit. Add some cables to the ribbing and I'm in heaven. The classic Aran pullover is worked in the round from the bottom up with set-in sleeves that are worked using short rows from the top down. Finished with the classic shawl collar, it's a great garment to cozy up in, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And it comes in a range of sizes from 30.5 bust circumference to 53 3/4. Worsted weight. Okay, loving that. All right, let's move on now. We've done this. Let's go ahead and do, let's see, circular yoke is where it's at last, right? Did we do all of these? Yep. Circular yoke. Did I do drop shoulder? I don't think I did the drop shoulder. No, we have two more. I don't think I did the drop shoulder. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so let's go back, change our random selection. Okay, I don't know the last thing that you saw. My camera overheated, and so we're back. Just the camera overheated. I'm kind of overheating. It's so warm in here. I've got 4 candles, 3 candles burning for ambiance because I love you guys. Okay, we were going to move on to drop shoulders, and I think this is where we are. I found this drop shoulder by Lisa Richardson called Shast. This is a free pattern that you can find using this little link. I think it actually is just a PDF. Oh, okay. It is a PDF. That didn't work. When I click on this, it takes me here. I'm assuming, are these free? Okay, that didn't do what it was supposed to do. This drop shoulder, yeah, so you can see here, this is much more a drop shoulder. What a lovely garment this is. Beautiful, that little shell stitch going on here. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is a more classic drop shoulder, but unfortunately I'm not getting a very good picture here that's really able to show this off. So I want to go back and let's see what we can find with drop shoulders. I'm just going to look on this page. 37. Okay, we have, can I click on this one? Can I just click on this one right here? Oops. I clicked on that one because that is stunning. This whole photography is gorgeous, but look at this sweater. What? Julie Hoover, you've got my number. This is a pattern by Julie Hoover. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed. This is Cole, a sport weight pattern. It's a $10 pattern. It's a Julie Hoover pattern. When you are buying a Julie Hoover pattern, just like if you're buying a Nora Gone pattern or a Jared Flood pattern or there's a number of pattern designers that when you pay the money for their pattern, you know you're going to be in for a treat. Okay. This is one of those. This is a stunning drop shoulder sweater. I want this. All right, babe, I love you. Everything. Everything. And you know what I think, you know what I love? I want to talk to you about this. Look at this. Do you see, when you look at this woman, do you see how it goes down? It drops down in the back of the sweater here. That's incredibly intuitive, in my opinion. This just looks stunning. I'm ending the drop shoulder section with this because I'm obsessed. That is stunning. Okay, a couple of things. It is knit, there are short rows, it is worked flat, and it is seamed. That's the only downfall for me, but it's okay, it's beautiful. This relaxed take on a traditional turtleneck has a comfortable wide collar, slightly swingy cut, and a flattering high-low hem. I love it. The front and the back pieces feature a curved, exposed side seam. You can see that. It has like kind of an outer exposed seam. Pullover, back and front pieces are worked flat from the bottom up. Sleeves are worked circularly from the bottom up. Collar is picked up from bound off neckline stitches and worked circularly. I love that the sleeves are worked circularly. I can't, the idea of knitting a sleeve flat, I don't like that. Body, front and back, I've yet to do it, but I could get behind that. But that, I'm sorry, that is absolutely lovely. And that's going to end it for drop shoulder because I think that that is a fantastic looking drop shoulder. Guys, this one's really nice too. What? Can we come up with a story about this man in the comment section below if you feel so inclined? Let's make a story about this man, what he's doing, what is his name, what is he looking at? Look at his sweater. Look here, we got more context. Come on, leave me a story down below. What's going on here? Yeah, okay. That's your homework. So many good ones. I need to knit a drop shoulder sweater because I love the look of them. Moving on to circular yokes, we're heading back into design elements. All right, here we are. Circular yoke, we're in business. Here we go. 6,981 matches, 146 pages. Page 26. No. I'm just setting this up so it's time. Result 28. So we're going to go to page 26. Result 28. Is that right? How many pages? I messed this up. I'm making a big old pig's ear out of this. 146. We're going to page 50. Sorry. Let me just overcomplicate things. Okay. And then there's 48 results. 11. Here we go. Harbin Sweater by Athena Liu. I'm loving this so far. This is stunning. Now, here's the thing about circular yokes. A lot of colorwork sweaters are on circular yoke constructions, right? Like I mentioned in that previous video, it's because your increases are evenly distributed across the yoke. It makes it easier to balance out a colorwork motif. This is lovely. I love this. I love the shape. I love the size that she's wearing here. It's very generous. Of course, your size is really up to you and your own body, but the way that she's wearing it here with this much positive ease is really lovely. Let's see. It's a $9 Canadian dollar pattern. It is knit using worsted weight Lopi yarn. So it is a Lopapesa style sweater. And I love that. It says the Harbin sweater is inspired by my hometown Harbin in northeastern China. The color work on the circular yokes are inspired by common scenes in Harbin, also known as the Ice City, thanks to its famous ice and snow festival during winter times. From top to bottom, the sweater is decorated with colorwork motifs that resemble the snow-covered Shanghua River Rail Bridge. Pine leaves, St. Sophia Cathedral, icicle hanging over rooftops, and snowflakes melting into a white snowy ground. Knitted with water-repellent Icelandic wool, the sweater is perfect for wearing into a snow fight. Okay, so it tells you that it's seamless top down. You get a double folded collar, which is beautiful, and then the yoke is worked with stranded color work and shaped with increases. So kind of your classic circular yoke sweater construction. It goes from extra small to 5XL, which is a 33-inch to a 61-inch bust range. And yeah, I love that. So that is a circular yoke sweater. I'm going to go ahead and add this to construction style and Ravelry Roulette. And let's keep looking. Okay, pages 1 through 146, 63. Okay, and then 1 through 48, 11. Here we are. Wow, okay, this is a throwback. Flinny wide weave raglan pullover. Flinny wide weave raglan pullover. Say that 10 times fast. By Julie Grants Lefrancois. This is a classic throwback to like the 80s. This reminds me of something that Christina Applegate wears in, what is it? Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead? It's not Adventures in Babysitting. I think it's Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. I can't remember. She may not have worn anything like this, and I'm just making that connection. But this is very, these are very 80s vibes here. Wow. Okay. It says that this is a raglan pullover, but aren't we looking in circular yoke? Okay, this doesn't count. So it says it has a raglan sleeve, but it's also categorized as a circular yoke, which isn't the same thing. This is very clearly a raglan sweater. Okay, we're gonna back out of this. I don't care much for the sweater itself anyway. We're gonna just do 1 through 48 again. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Whoa. Interesting, how very architectural. This is Ridgy by Alpha Knits. I can see why it's called that. To get these ridge textures here, you have to have a circular yoke so that they radiate out from the neckline. Huh, interesting. I don't, wow, I don't know how I feel about that. That's really interesting. That could make for like a really interesting like Halloween costume in some way. Huh, okay. So that is a circular yoke. It's a $6, €6.20 pattern. And it comes in lots of different sizes from an extra small to extra small to double XL, standard size range. Okay, let's do one more. I want to do one more. And let's see. 1 through 146, 34. We're going to page 34. Okay, and then 1 through 48, 38. We're ending on a gentleman's sweater, and I love that. Okay, this is Njord Sweater by Anders Sandstrom. This is available in English. It is 75 kroner. And let's just take a look. Wow, that's beautiful. Nordic Noob Knits. That is a cool name. Huh, that's beautiful. I love the way that the blue is very subtle in terms of contrast, and it's on either side of this very high contrast section here. Okay, I'm really liking that. This is knit in Aliflos Lopi, which is a bulky weight Lopi yarn. It says, Master of the seas and seafaring, Lord of trade and wealth, friend of fishermen, the sweater is inspired by the salty seas and carries the name of the Nordic god of the ocean. A thick and cozy sweater that will keep you warm when the northern wind blows strong and fierce. The sweater is knitted in the round from the bottom up in the traditional Icelandic style with Istex Aliflos Lopi yarn. We like to create patterns that are easy to follow even for beginners, so we have listed all steps that you need to follow in bullet lists. This way you can easily track where you are and mark the steps you've completed. It comes from size small to triple XL, which is 98 centimeters to 132 centimeters. And the pattern, like 75 kroner. That's really cool. Njord, the god of the sea. Fantastic. Let's see if there's any project photos. That's a really great looking sweater. That's excellent. This person did it in a like a variegated yarn down here. Cool. Loving that. Okay. That's where we're going to end it. So that's circular yoke sweaters, the Njord sweater. I'm going to go ahead and add this to my bundle. These bundles will be linked for you down below in the description box. That was a great, very I don't know. I think that we got a lot of really good stuff. Plus, the thing about Ravelry Roulette, in my opinion, that makes it cool is that not only do you see the patterns I land on, but you see all of the patterns that are available to look at as I scroll. So it shows you what kinds of things are out there. And I think that it's important to be reminded that you don't need to go to Ravelry and type in something in the search box, right? You can just narrow the search down using the filter option off to the side. If you would like access to the patterns I saw today, definitely check out the bundles down below. If you would like to see additional content from me, head over to the Patreon for Wool Needles Hands. There's lots of additional content and commentary over there. It's a great way to support the work that I do here at the channel, and it means an awful lot to me. So thank you for checking it out. I am going on a short vacation with my family starting on Monday. And so I'm going to get this video up before then, and then there will be a few days there will be no videos, but no, I will be back. So happy knitting, happy making, happy whatever it is that you're doing. Take care, be well, and I will see you soon. Bye.